Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Travis from TeamYTS here, and I just wanted to get another video up of my hero discussion. And what I'm going to be discussing today is the different hero deck types that I've seen running around since heroes have become quote unquote, popular. And the first one I'm going to mention is the Rainbow Neos FTK, OTK, whatever you want to call it deck. And the problem that I've seen with people running this deck is they think they can use Elemental Hero Prisma to drop Rainbow Dragon from their deck. You can't do that. There's an errata on the ruling of it, and it says that you can't drop Rainbow Dragon because Rainbow Neos mentions that you can either drop Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon from your deck to the graveyard. And the ruling on Neos or Prisma is that it needs to have a specific name. Whereas you can drop Neos from your deck because it just says Hero Neos plus, and then Rainbow or Rainbow Dark. It gives you an option there, which means that it's not fulfilling the errata of the text. And I've played people on Dueling Network that think they can drop Rainbow Dragon from their deck to the grave to get an easy out, and no, you can't do that. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that the deck itself is very inconsistent. You need to run like threes of a lot of like search cards and everything, and it can be very cloggy. And whereas, yeah, if you get the effect off, it's great. But other than that, no. Anyway, moving on to the next deck. The one that I've seen a lot running around that people are trying to do is Mass Heroes. Mass Heroes is a great idea. I've been tinkering around with it myself, but like I said before, the problem with Mass Heroes is Mass Change is not Gemini Spark. Whereas Gemini Spark generates better advantage, Mass Change can, but not as directly as Gemini Spark can. Gemini Spark, the monster is tributed as a cost. So certain effects that would hit that could hit Mass Change won't hit that, like as in Gemini Spark. Also, Gemini Spark destroys one card on your opponent's side of the field, and it also lets you draw a card, which generates advantage. Mass Change has a potential of bringing out Dion, Vapor, or Acid. Acid can generate a lot of advantage, but that relies on your opponent being a dumbass and setting a full back row or setting, 2 or 3 back rows for you to actually gain advantage off of that. And in all honesty, like, I prefer Gemini Spark over Mass Change. Like, I'll take Gemini Spark any day of the week. Like, yeah, Lances are running around right now that can stop the Gemini Spark, but, Mass Change can be just as affected by it. And Mass Change you have to send, so you don't lose the monster, whereas you would if you played Gemini Spark. But, yeah, Mass Change just isn't as good as Gemini Spark in the bottom line. Moving on to another deck type, we move into the Gemini variants now. There's 2 different Gemini variants running around. There's like the old Miracle Gemini hero that doesn't run Skill Drain but probably sides it, and then there's the one that main decks Skill Drain. Now me, I've upgraded mine to the version that does run Skill Drain, and then I've seen a lot of the variants running an extra 2 Geminis and like including the 3 alias. So you run the 3 alias, Evocator, and Crusader. And I think that's great because it adds more 1900 beat sticks to the deck. Some people are opting to run 1 and 3 Thunder King, but I'm not really, like, I tried the 3 Thunder King and it gets very cloggy, like you open up with them quite a bit. So I'd rather run the extra Gemini target, and since I've been testing with the extra Gemini target, it's been testing like beautifully. Like, the draws and the consistency of the deck are just astounding. I also added in I chose not to run the Barbaros. I'm just not really a fan of Beast King Barbaros. I've tried it, and where he can be very like he can generate advantage on your opponent by bringing out a 3000 beater when you have skill drain up, but I don't like relying on the fact that I'll have a skill drain up and then him being just a 1900 monster. No. I chose to go with Ocean, and I put Ocean and Honest in mine. Because Honest, I have 6 light targets. Yeah. Crusader, 2 Thunder King, and 3 Neos Alias. So I have 6 targets for Honest. I'm running 10 monsters. So 6 out of those 10 monsters is our light type. And like I said, I chose instead of Beast King, Honest and Ocean. Ocean, since you're not always guaranteed to have a skill drain up, or you can usually get his effect off at least once. You know, because you have a lot of protection in the deck, you're gonna get his effect off pretty well. And I don't run Ice Edge in my main version. I actually side Ice Edge in this variant because Ice Edge and Skill Drain don't mix well. So what I did was I put Ocean in, and I've been testing it a lot on Dueling Network and everything, and Ocean just generates so much advantage. Like when you lose your monster with Gemini Spark, you know, and you don't have a way to get him back, and you have another Spark sitting in hand with no Gemini, like he can help you get that monster back. He just adds more consistency to the deck. He also lets you abuse Stratos, which is really good. And he also is a water target in the deck. So I have 1 water target, 1 fire target, and 1 light non-hero target. All 3, well, Ocean is a hero target, but I've got 1 of each of those as extra targets, not including Alias, and then Stratos is obviously the win target. So I've got access to everything in my extra deck, which I like. And I side deck both Super Polys, which I'm going to get to next. Super Poly, should you main deck it, or should you side deck it? That's the question that everybody's been pondering around and asking about lately. And the answer to that question is it's a personal preference. Truly it is. And what I'm going to get into on that is if you're going to main deck if you're going to main deck Super Poly, main deck just 1. Just do yourself a favor and main deck just 1. Because 3 is a terrible, absolutely terrible, terrible top draw half the time, especially in the dark matchup, when you're just going to end up siding them out later. Yeah, you have the option of getting their Zen mains and shit, but if they know they're playing heroes, they're going to play a little bit more conservatively against the hero matchup. They're not going to drop a Zen mains that easily. They're not going to do a lot of that stuff because they know that you're probably going to super poly their ass. So, and then they're going to better prepare for it during the side. So, yeah, just if you're gonna play it, main deck 1 and then side the others, or side deck. I side deck 2 because in my main deck, like I'd rather side them in than main deck them because I already have access to everything in my extra deck, and it does generate advantage, but it's also like a big minus. And you know, people think Super Poly is so broken. They think it's so like overpowered that's going to get banned or whatever. It's not going to get touched. I promise you. It will not get touched. The reason why is because 1, every deck has its stupid fucking combo. Like every deck needs to have that. That's the purpose of building a specific archetype type of deck, is because it has a card that makes the deck ridiculously good. Inzectors have Hornet. You know, windups have, you know, their looping potential and everything. Like, yeah, that might get banned because that's overly ridiculous. I mean, the ability to make your opponent on the first turn start off with like 2 cards is just retarded. But Super Poly, you have to -1 from your hand. You have to take a monster from your field, then you take a monster from your opponent's field, and then you lose Super Poly itself, all for 1 monster. So yeah, the 2 monsters are canceling each other out, but you're still minusing from your hand with the Super Poly and the discard. So it's really, I think it's a -2 if I have that correct. Super Poly, in other words, like is really good, but what I'm trying to prove here is that it's not like overly broken enough that it's going to get like limited or banned. Really, it's not. It's just it's an option that fusion monsters have to go into something else. or get out of a tight spot. That's pretty much it. And that's the reason why they made it that it can't be chained to, because you're already pissing away so many options just to get the damn card to activate. Why not make sure that it can activate, you know? That's the breakdown of it. I'm trying to figure out what else to go over here. Other than that, oh yeah, one more deck I gotta cover. Bubble Man or Bubble Beat Turbo or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That deck is extremely inconsistent. Very inconsistent. It is not worth the time of day to run it. Like, it's not going to get you anywhere. Bubble Man's a good card for X-Seeds, yes, but basing a deck solely around the Blade Armor Ninja combo and everything is just, don't do it. Go the Miracle Gemini route, or even the Masked Hero route is better than that route, because, like, you're putting too much, what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't even think of the word right now, but your emphasis, there you go. You're putting too much emphasis on one card, and that's to get this whole Bubble Man OTK thing off. And where it'll work sometimes, yes, but most of the time, especially when you're playing against a decent player, they're going to know how to play circles around it, and you're going to get fucked over. So if you want, I'm not telling anybody in this video, don't get me the wrong way. I'm not telling anybody that they can't run the deck that they want to run. I'm just trying to help hero players make a better option when it comes to choosing, you know, your hero decks. And I'm trying to break down each individual one so you guys know that the pros and cons of both. So that's pretty much all I've had to discuss for this hero discussion today. Hopefully you guys, you know, got some information out of it and enjoyed it. Keep in mind, Escaradeo comes out in August. August, yes. And that's going to make heroes so much better. So, be waiting for that, guys. And just remember, guys, to help us out too, to, you know, leave a comment, like this video if you liked it, you know, subscribe to us if you aren't subscribed to us and you like our content, or even just check out our content, you know. And then most of all, most importantly, guys, please just click a few ads around here. I mean, it's not that hard. You click an ad and then you exit out of the page. It's simple. It takes you like probably 5 seconds to do, and we really appreciate it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video again, and I'll be posting up an updated deck profile probably today or tomorrow. I'm going to a TV tournament at Enken Diamond in Lebanon, and hopefully walking away with a 32-inch flat screen TV. That would be nice. Even though I already have a huge TV over here, I'd probably just turn around and like sell it or put it in our bedroom or something. I don't know, in all honesty. But anyway, I hope to see you guys, like whoever's in our area that watches this video. I hope to see you guys at the tournament this weekend. And to all the subscribers, I have to give you guys a big thank you. We're at like 134 plus subscribers right now. So yeah, just remember to comment, rate, like, subscribe, click a few ads, guys. And this has been Travis from TeamYTS, and I will catch you guys later.